8-7, and bear with me for a bit. I'll do 8.6, but 8.6 doesn't have everything in it, and so then I'll have to kind of expand on it a little bit, because 8.6 is for a full year, which actually really makes it kind of easy, but it kind of gives us this, it lets us know what happens, or it gives us a good chance to explain what a discounted loan is. It says Saul Pine, as opposed to Pine Saul, borrows $5,000 for 1 year at 13% interest. What is the effective rate of interest if the loan is discounted? Well, what's a discounted loan? It's this. It's a loan where you pay all the interest up front. Okay, so make it a little simpler. Even if it was a $5,000 loan and you were going to pay 10% interest, you'd actually end up with $4,500 at the front end. That's what you'd walk out of the bank with, but at the end of the year they would expect you to pay back $5,000. Okay, sounds like a 10% loan, but it's not, because you're actually only borrowing $4,500 and you're paying back $500, or in our case it's $650. So let's take a look there. They just give us the amount we're borrowing and the interest rate. It is for a full year, so to calculate that we simply have to take our interest rate times our amount. Okay, so that's the amount we're paying for the full year, right? Okay, but then we need to calculate. Remember, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk out of the bank though with only this amount, right? Because that's equal to my amount minus my interest that's calculated for the full year. So really what I'm doing is I'm paying this much interest for this much of a loan, okay? And so to calculate that interest, it's simply equal to this should be divided by this. Okay? I think before I had a little longer formula in there, I probably had it was equal to, this divided by this one minus this one, right? Same thing. Okay, but to take it a little bit further, because yours is just for a part of the year, right? And so I've done one that's kind of similar, and here's the formula that you're going to use. The effective rate for a discounted loan is the interest divided by the principal minus the interest times 360 divided by the days loan outstanding. So really all we did was this part, right? Because our loan was outstanding for 360 days, so this would have been 1. So whatever we ended up here would have just been our answer. But in this case then I said, well, what if we borrow $5,000 and we're going to pay $250 in interest, and we're going to have it out for half a year, or 180 days. Okay, so I got first I got to figure out my interest divided by my principal minus my interest, right? Kind of like what I did up there. So this is simply equal to my interest divided by my parentheses principal minus my interest in parentheses. Okay, so that's the top part, and then this part over here is simply equal to I'm sorry, this is the left part. I said the top part, that's the left part, and then this is equal to my days 360. Oops, I guess I don't have that input, so I got to enter that divided by the days outstanding, 180, so it's 2. And then I simply multiply the 2, right? Do this times this. Okay, and here I just did the the entire equation and put it together, and you can kind of see it up there, right? And I won't bore you by redoing that, but that's how you calculate then a discounted loan. But for this, let's also take a look at your number 8, and I'm just going to try to kind of talk you through it and show you how I set it up and let you think about it. I don't think the question's phrased how I would like to have it phrased in the book, and so let's read it though. It says Dr. Ruth's going to borrow $5,000 to help write a book. So we got $5,000, right? The loan is for 1 year, so pretty simple, and the money can either be borrowed at the prime rate or the or LIBOR, London Interbank something rate. Assume the prime rate is 11%, so we know that. So we got 11% there. Okay, and the LIBOR is 1.5% less, or 9.5%. Also assume there will be a $45 transaction fee with the LIBOR. It says this amount must be added to the interest cost with the LIBOR, and that's the part I don't like, okay? Because to me, the $45 fee is going to be paid up front, which makes it a discount, okay? So, which loan has the lower effective rate? Okay, and it doesn't say that both loans are discounted, and so really this tells you that, you know, this one's easy to figure out, right? You're going to pay 11% for a year. You can figure that out. And this one you're going to pay, you know, 9.5% of, you know, this amount, but then it's going to be discounted, right, by $45. Okay, and so yeah, that's going to make it a little bit interesting to calculate. Let me pause for a second. So to do it, you know, you're gonna calculate the interest amount, right? But then you've got to take the $45 off your $5,000 and calculate then what that makes the effective rate, and see how that compares to the 11%, or at least that's how I would do it. Good luck.